So I'm back at Habitat Beach. This is in Pioneer Square, or towards the water. It's kind of like a secret park. I was here in one of the earlier episodes when I took everyone on a vlog. I brought my kid here, and I think it's like an underrated, oh no. Well, that sound might just ruin my vlog, huh? So this is probably one of the most unknown parks in all of downtown because it's right here next to the ferry. The tide comes up, but there's rocks. It's not like a beach, like a sand beach. I probably wouldn't go into the water here either because of all the boats. But as far as like you can get lunch or get off the ferry and like hang out here, like I have been utilizing this spot a lot when I come downtown now. And the reason why I'm back here is today is the opening of the new Molly Moon here on the waterfront. Is it Molly Moon or Molly Moons? I'm gonna use it interchangeably. Figure that out when I go back to look at the shop. But Molly Moon is opening her ice cream stand and another, I think this is their 10th business here on the waterfront, and it's kind of like built into what looks like an old like train station, which I think is very cool, and then looks directly, it has the same view that we're looking at right now across Puget Sound, which I think is cool. So Connor, what's the story? The story for today is just like interesting musings that I've been having, because I posted, they had like a influencer opening last night, and I brought my wife and my kid to come get ice cream down here and see it open up. And then I'm getting these DMs. So it turns out that people are pissed off at the owner, Molly, because she has been advocating in Capitol Hill, which is like her flagship store. She's been advocating against the opening of a crisis center. And I'd heard about this going on, but I didn't know about the details, and I had a suspicion. I was like, crap, I'm gonna post about this place on my Instagram story, and then people are gonna follow up and be like, you shouldn't spend your money there, Molly this, Molly that. Like she's speaking out against the community, she's not helping the community, all these messages. I did get a few, exactly that. And then I feel this like sense of obligation, like, all right, I gotta educate myself on the issue and respond to these people, because I prefer not to just like ghost these people. Probably a problem. I probably should just not respond to these things, but I can't get off my mind. And so I'm doing this research. They want to put this crisis center in this building on Broadway in Capitol Hill. And what a bunch of business owners are saying is that that's actually going to bring in more people under crisis into the neighborhood versus it just helping the people who are already in crisis in that neighborhood. And that neighborhood, everyone agrees that the neighborhood is in crisis. So one side is saying, well, if the neighborhood's in crisis, a crisis center should go in here. And then another group of people are being like, can we put the crisis center somewhere away, and that'll take people away from the neighborhood? For me, I don't know. It's not my neighborhood. I don't really know about the success rates or if this is going to help or if this is not going to help. Is it going to bring more people in? Is it going to take people away? I don't know. Any of the articles that I read about the situation didn't really even explain about the potential of this. My big thing is I think it's right to be skeptical that is the city capable of solving the problem with the money that they're putting towards. We will find out. And whatever the answer is, I believe is the county will decide if that crisis center goes there, and we'll see what the results are. But here's my big problem after that is I'm getting these messages from people who are like, you shouldn't be promoting Molly Moon. We shouldn't be spending our money there. And my whole platform is about where you should go spend your money and how you should be spending your money at these local businesses that provide us all this character and are the heartbeat of our entire city. And so, I'm going back and forth with these people, and it was all right, she has a stance against this specific crisis center, right? She has a stance against what they're going to do with a building in the neighborhood. And people are like, all right, we shouldn't support this business, right? Really what they're advocating is this business should go away because of her stance in the building. And then I'm like, all right, but how does that stack up against all the other stances that she's taken, from employee wages and LGBTQ rights, acts against gun violence? She's right there in the Chaz. So the articles are she's flip-flopping on her opinions. And so my big thing is like, is this really the hill that we're going to cancel Molly on? Feels a little weird that we're going to cancel a business that has 10 locations, employs a lot of people, has been like a pretty good advocate for our community and for our city. And because she doesn't like the plan for one building, we're going to say that she, her business should go away. Like, that's a recipe for a disaster, in my opinion. And I just think it's like really hard that nowadays that because we have a differing opinion on a building, we're like, let's get rid of the business. Because know what's going to happen with this is by like canceling someone because of their opinion on a building, we're reinforcing one of two things. Either everyone stops shopping there and they go out of business and we lose that. And then eventually, because you can't agree with everything from everybody, you're going to find something that you disagree with every business. And then all the businesses are scarred. All the businesses are gone. And we are losing a ton of businesses right now. Everything's turning over, and things are not opening in the rate that they're closing. And we're losing a ton of businesses that have been here for 40 plus years, right? Legacy Seattle strongholds that are closing. And so either we lose everything, or what I think is more likely the case is we're actually telling these business owners, or even like people like me, it's better for you not to say anything. It's better for you to keep your head down, scoop your ice cream, make your videos, whatever it is, and not take a stance on things that you believe in. Because if a group of people disagrees with your opinion about what should happen with a building, and you're going to suffer the consequences from that cancellation, it's just better not to say anything. And so when the moments come up that you do want their help and you do want them to advocate for employee wages or benefits or whatever it is, like, they're not going to want to stand up to that because they risk the cancellation fears. And so it's a tough position to be in as a business owner, because on one side we'll like lift a business owner up for their advocacy and standing up for the community, and then like rip them right down when there's something that we don't agree in. And I think it's just important that we've got to be careful about our stances on when we come after a business like this. And I just don't think that her stance on what we do with a building is the cancelable offense, right? I get messages about business owners that deserve the protest, right? That have accusations of harassment or misconduct, stealing wages from their employees, all those kinds of things. Those like make sense. Go protest. Don't spend your money there. Send DMs, like, because the thing is, like, you're telling me, you're advocating like, let's go put them out of business because they don't think that it's a good idea to put this service inside a building. I think that's risky. I don't necessarily have an opinion on the building. I don't know how it's going to help. But when I just get messages like that, the hard thing about being a creator is like, I get messages like that and it just like ruins my evening, right? I'm just like thinking about these things and these messages and these people that I don't know and I shouldn't particularly worry or care about. And now I'm like thinking about all these things that I'm worried about, like, how am I being perceived and how it's impacting me, and like, is this going to turn into something bigger? And I probably shouldn't respond. It's taking up way too much mental space from me, and now I'm just like puking it out here in front of you. But yeah, that's one of the downsides, I guess, of being a creator and like having a public identity like this, is I'm putting myself out there and put myself in the public forum and leaving the DMs open for people to respond. So I just got to deal with it, and that's how it goes. But most of the time, it's not like this, and that's how it goes. All right, end of this rant. On to the next place.